Hi, today is February 4th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 203 for the year, Maharishi versus Prabhupada. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi first came to America in 1959 as part of a tour designed to introduce the world to Transcendental Meditation. His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada first came to America in 1965 and in less than a year established ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Maharishi translated the first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita with commentary and wrote 30 or so other books on Vedic knowledge and meditation and other topics. Prabhupada translated the entire Gita, Śrī Īśopaniṣad, the Brahma Samita, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and other traditional texts, all with commentary, and many other books, 500 million of which have been distributed around the world. In 1967, Maharishi met the Beatles, some of the Beach Boys, Mia Farrow, and many other celebrities. In 1967, Krishna Consciousness and the Hare Krishna mantra, popularized by Prabhupada, made its way into a musical called Hair that went to Broadway the following year. The Hare Krishna mantra is also included in the song My Sweet Lord by George Harrison, who also produced an album of music by the UK branch of ISKCON called the Radha Krishna Temple. Sexy Sadie by John Lennon is a song about Maharishi that is somewhat critical of him. But in Across the Universe, John Lennon sings Jai Guru Deva Om, which is a chant written by Maharishi about Guru Dev, who was Maharishi's teacher. Prabhupada was born in September of 1896, a Virgo like me, and died in November of 1977 at the age of 81. Maharishi was born in January 1918 and died exactly 15 years ago tomorrow, on February 5th, 2008, at the age of 90 plus a few weeks. My mom is 90 plus about 5 weeks, so in that sense, she's kicking both of their asses. But I guess maybe between Maharishi and Prabhupada, it's a tie. Poem number 204, You Know What You Did. You know who you are, and you know what you did. You can pretend to be someone other than who you are, but you are who you are regardless. And you can pretend that you didn't do what you did, but you did what you did regardless. There really is no sense denying it. No one believes you, and I don't believe you. I was actually one of the last holdouts. I stupidly thought that you were someone you weren't and that you didn't do what you did. But now I know what actually happened, and I know you did it, and you know that you did it too. You know what you did, and the more you pretend like you didn't do it, the less chance there is that you and I will ever be reconciled ever again. I know that sounds harsh, and I know that it sounds as if I'm talking to an actual human being, but I'm not. You are made up. You are even more made up than I am. I barely exist, but you don't exist at all. Regardless, nonetheless, and notwithstanding any lack of existence that may characterize you to the extent that one who doesn't exist can be characterized at all, you still did what you did, and you know you did it, as does everyone else, especially me, so there's no use denying it. You know what you did. Poem number 205, You Can Call Me, for Jacob Charles Morales Wachowski. You ask if you can call me, and you can, but I may not exist, in which case you can call me, but I may not answer. And of course, I may not answer even if I do exist. So you can call me repeatedly, but I may not answer. I may not ever answer. I may not ever answer you. Ever. Poem number 206, Nuts. This is nuts, but I just read a bit more about the musical Hair and learned that it was named after a painting called Hair by Jim Dean. This is nuts because the first King Missile release is named after a painting called Fluting on the Hump by Jean Dubuffet. Okay, maybe it's not that nuts. No, fuck you, I think it is fucking nuts. I may not have a lot to say about it, but I think it's fucking nuts. Poem number 207, Happy. She asked me what makes me happy, and I gave an incomplete answer, because yes, sex makes me happy, but also love makes me happy. Movies make me happy, and friends make me happy. Reading makes me happy, and writing makes me happy. Performing makes me happy, and watching people perform makes me happy. There really are a lot of things that make me happy. I'm easy to please. It's really not that hard to make me happy. So when she asked me what makes me happy, I really shouldn't have just said sex. Poem number 208, fucking walnut or onion or some shit. It's a fucking walnut that I want to crack open. No, it's a fucking onion that I want to peel the layers off of, one by one. No, it's a fucking slab of tofu that I want to cut into cubes and simmer with the mapo sauce and fake ground beef. No, it's a fucking cake that I want to have and have my way with and have babies with and fuck and eat it too. No, it's a fucking enchilada, and it's the whole fucking enchilada. And if it's that vegan enchilada from Trader Joe's, then I want to pop the whole fucking thing in the microwave and eat that shit too, probably before the cake. No, it's not any of those fucking things. I don't know what it is, but it's not any of those fucking things. Poem number 209, No Substitute. I had to put a poem away. I decided I didn't want to say the stupid things that poem said, so I'm writing this poem instead. It really is no substitute, but there are some horns I shouldn't toot. This poem feels fake. This poem's not real. It's here to cover up what I feel. Even the title strikes me as wrong, because it reminds me of a Speedy song, and yet I'm right to second-guess the other poem was a bit of a mess. But though this poem is kind of cute, it really is no substitute. Thanks a lot, and I mentioned Fluting on the Hump there, and Fluting on the Hump is about to be, or is going to be re-released later this year on Needle Juice Records. I'm very excited about that, and I got the thing February 7th, that I think I told you about already if you've been watching these. Blah, blah, blah. Enough of that. And today, Jefferson Market Courthouse Library, I'm reading one poem with a bunch of other people at 3 p.m., and I'll be there for a couple of hours, and then I gotta leave before it ends. But 3 p.m., Jefferson Market Courthouse Library today, February 4th, 2023. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here.